Hello, and welcome to Grug Gaming, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Ultima 7, Part 2, the Serpent Isle. We are up here in Fawn. We have broken off and trying to do the Silver Seed expansion as we are unprepared for it. We've got a lot of training done, and now we are ready to run around Fawn, talk to some people, solve some mysteries. You know how it goes. Let's check it out. We went and talked to this guy last time on that side. Let's head over to this side over here as I kind of arrange my windows so I can see all the important stuff that you can't, but that I need to see. All right, there we go. Hey, that guy's got a sword. That guy's got a different sword than we've seen on anything. That's kind of cool. Oh, it looks like you have to go through the middle to get inside this little building here. Well, I'll be. Oh, and there's my phone dinging because I forgot to shut the ringer off before I started recording. Alrighty, well now we can continue and I can hit the right buttons. Let's see. What is that awful sound? Oh, it's that fountain. Fountains sound so terrible in this game. Let's see. We got a little room here. Looks like they've got a stove. You can hear the ocean just off to the side. Ooh, a little bit of money. I will be happy to take that from you. Looks like we got an apple. Give that to our food carrier, Shimino. Anything in these sides? What's that? Is that a banana? Those are bananas. Give me those bananas. Oh, bananas are so good. Nothing. Are these sacks of flour? A closed sack. Yeah, probably sacks of flour is what they are. All right, we're just going to sit here where this lovely fountain is. I think what we'll do is let's just kind of ring around the town. Let's go to the left once we get inside the town proper here. Well, I don't know what this is. You know what's cool about our existence right now? Is that we can save the game right here. This is what's awesome. Who's got our bag of magics? I think Dupre has it for some odd reason. I think he has it because the Avatar's bag just got full. Oh, there's the fishing rod we bought. All right, I want to... Oh, it won't fit in there. I want to try that out at some point. We also have magic orbs and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm looking for is I want to move these scrolls over to the Avatar, because something we can do now that we couldn't do before is if we save, I'll save over this again. We can go to the Avatar and we can say, man, I would love to read this, and we can just have him cast translation, and we can read this as Palace. And then we can just load our save, and we never used our scroll. That's a handy way to cheat the game, and I'm fine with it because I don't have a spell book. Hey, there's a dog barking. What's going on over here, poochers? Hey, dog. What is this? You're barking at a painting. Ah, he doesn't like a painting. We've got a sextant, a magic orb. The magic orb reads, ask at another time. Oh, it's an 8-ball. Nice. Lockpicks to Shimino. Money to Avatar. And we have a book, The Crying Lute by Gant. The lute in mine hands, as I softly strum, cries for it knows the hollow man I have become. Of my tragedy, of my sorrow, of my lonely despair, only my lute listens, alone, only it cares. Though I am a knight and mine emotions I hide, I still feel the soul-eating darkness inside. I am a man of armor and a man of the sword, but the blackness I feel I cannot ward. The green swine comes, silent coward attacks, with bow and arrow, with sword and axe. They come for our blood, for our flesh to eat. We hack them to death, our blades flaying their meat. Though I have loved her, she still left this life, her pale white skin pierced by a goblin's bloody knife. But I am left here, an empty shell of a man. I cannot speak, the sorrow is more than I can stand. Others drink themselves blind, but I cannot partake. The others celebrate, but smiles I can't fake. I will sit here by the fire and softly strum. Only my lute knows the hollow man I have finally become. Well, what's this one say? Lord British's Tyrannical Adventure by Anonymous. Lord British was a monarch who was haughty and vain, and especially proud of his despotic reign. But conceit of this sort isn't proper at all, and soon the old tyrant was doomed for a fall. One day as he viewed his subjects from on high, a voluptuous young wench caught his tired old eye. Bending over to see, that oversexed goat let his gold crown slip and fall into the moat. With a cry of sheer terror, he jumped like a fool. He rushed to his ditch. It reeked like a cesspool. He leaped in kersplash and sank like a stone. Everyone hoped for a new heir to the throne, but alas he came up and staggered from the sewer. His road smelled of offal, his breath like manure. Why did I do that? What possessed me today? Am I as daft as old YOLO? And now I smell like Dupre. And if anyone sees me, oh what a disgrace. I had better leave if I want to save face. But a crowd had assembled and stared amazed. The sight confused them. The stench left them dazed. Then with a shriek a young boy began to laugh, giggling and pointing at the king's fecal bath. Becoming enraged, the monarch suddenly turned wild. He looked like he wanted to strangle the child. His hand turned to fist. He struck lightning fast, but the old poop missed and fell on his ass. Not holding back, the crowd soon roared. The laughter was deafening. It grew till it soared. But the king found no humor and called for his men. The arrival of the guard quickly silenced the din. For all of you who found humor in my sorrow and misfortune will soon find the rack in pain and contortion. Then I will cackle as you stew and boil in a pot full of lard and bubbling oil. And for those who survived this, they'd rather be dead. I'll pluck out their eyes and chop off their head. Finally, in the wind their bodies will swing. Then you fools will be sorry for laughing at this king. Then all were led away at the point of a sword, while old Lord Brit took a dip in a ford. Then he laughed at the cries that screamed through the night. He chuckled at their anguish and cackled at their plight. In Britannia today no one openly tells this tale, lest they find themselves thrown in tyrant's darkest jail. But here in our new homeland this song can be sung, the tale of how British acquired his faint smell of dung. Well, not big fans of Lord British here, it looks like. What do you mean I can't get there? Let's try again. That money is mine. All $7 of it. I must have it. I must have these bananas. I do not need these brushes. We have a bed. We've got a bottle. But that's okay. Let's see. What do we have here? Another little house. It's weird. Occasionally, like, the avatar just stops moving. Like he's suddenly stuck. A little bit of cheese for our buddy here. It looks like we've got anything here. Some leather clothes. Nothing I'm worried about. A locked chest. Well, you know what this means. We must save the game. And then I can use this shortcut to try to pick the chest. What do we have in here? A little bit of cash. You know, that's not worth a pick. There we go. Grab that cash there. We've got magic throwing axes. We don't need the boomerangs. Thank you. What do we have here? What is this house to the left? Seems rather large. Ooh, it's a locked door. Okay. Let's try this door out. It is not a locked door anymore. What do we have here? We have a second floor. We have a kitchen area. Just your regular kitchen spot. We got some bread. What's in this room here? Ooh. Some plate armor. A regular hourglass. Plate armor's probably pretty good. A chain coif. A dagger. A pretty good chunk of cash. I think what we'll want to do. Dupre. How heavy is this versus this? Oh, yeah. You'll wear that plate armor. That looks pretty snazzy on him. We, of course, don't need this chain helmet, but we will take that armor. Let's go ahead and get our save on again. And let's try this chest here. Couple items. Let's go ahead and load that back in and try to pick this chest again. You know, game, you've been giving us picks now. I feel like maybe we don't need to load every time, but we're getting there. We got a kidney belt. This looks like a decorative sword, right? Not a real sword. We got some cash. And this looks like sleeping potion, right? Oh, dust of invisibility. Let's grab that. Not going to pass up some invisibility dust. That's just a bottle. That's just an empty bottle. What's on our second floor up here? We got a clock. We got piano. Just have a fancy place out here. That's a cool trophy of an eagle. What's in the desk here? Regular writing materials, nothing too fancy. Yeah. Well, we will leave out of here. Let's check this next little house. What time is it in the real world? 1:48 p.m. In the real world. I mean in the game world. As we grab us some cheese. More random money laying around in people's homes. They should know better. They should know better. I like how we're finding all of these bags now that we don't need them. Now that we are set up in a way that we can't actually put more bags in any of our stuff. Oh, all right, let's go ahead and let's do another safety save here. Safety save. You can tell I've been playing I've been watching the good old games done quick for 2024. Been pretty good so far. Let's see here. What do we have in here? More regular stuff. These are cots. So some kind of barracks in here, I guess. This must be the guard barracks would be my take on what we're seeing here. To battle. There's something going on inside the palace. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't involve us at all. Looks like we got a little... Ha! That wasn't too bad. What do we got in here? Oh, are we hungry again already, people? Oh, looks like there's a basement area to this building. Ooh, okay. Looks like a book here. Trout Surprise by Jendon. Pan-fried whole trout. Trout, 2 to 3 pounds clean. 2 tablespoons of salt. Half tablespoon ground pepper. Half cup yellow cornmeal. Half cup flour. 3 tablespoons of butter. 8 tablespoons vegetable oil. And 1 lemon cut into wedges. Wash trout under cold water. Pat dry with a towel and sprinkle with salt and pepper. Mix cornmeal and flour. In a heavy skillet, melt butter and oil over moderate heat. When the foam begins to subside, roll trout and cornmeal flour mixture. Shake off excess and put in skillet. Fry 4 to 5 minutes on each side until golden brown and flaky. Serve with lemon wedges. Well, that does sound pretty tasty. Can we... No, you can't churn butter. I just needed to know. I had to see. Lord British Botanical Adventure. This is the thing that we just saw a bit ago. People really like that book around here. And whoever this baker is likes to just put bread in there. Aha! We have a key. We have a key to somewhere. Let's make it a key to wherever we want to try to get. There we go. Warriors of Fortune Quarterly, the Adventurer's Guidebook. For you men who are stern of heart and gifted in the ways of weapons of steel, fortunes more mightier than you can dream of lie in your near future. All you must do is read the secrets held within these pages, and you will be on the way to riches. Enter into mysteries that have baffled man through the ages. The rewards greater than those of today's kingdoms. Come, adventure and gold are on your horizon. This issue offers the stern-hearted adventurer a chance to be the first to a miser's treasure, with more gold than 10 ships can carry. Read on and learn the history of the location of one of the world's richest lost lairs. Couldst thou be the first to find it? Many hundreds of years ago, there was a miser named Trafico, who had accumulated a massive fortune by swindling the local natives and by hiring pirates to attack his competitors' ships and cargo. One night, after he had a vivid dream about losing his vast wealth, Trafico consulted a great wizard. The sage forewarned that the miser was about to lose all of his wealth in the near future, and that nothing that he could do would prevent this. Thinking that he could avoid the prophecy, the miser took all of his gold to a cave in the northern icy reaches for safe storage. He hired the wizard to create a series of tunnels in the rear of the cave that no one could find their way through without a magical map. When all was finished, the wizard conjured an ice dragon to guard the mouth of the cave that led to the riches. On the voyage back to the palace, the miser, fearing the wizard would allow his secret to be known, killed the wizard by pushing him into the sea. Unfortunately for him, upon the wizard's death, the magical map disappeared in a puff of blue smoke. Fearing that the prophecy had come true, the miser returned to the cave and tried to find the route to his riches. True to the wizard's warning, the miser never did reach his riches. Most say that he lies somewhere within the frozen caverns, for he never returned. To this day, no one hath survived the tunnels and reached the lair of the ice dragon. Some have attempted to face the ice dragons at the mouth of their cave, but all have either fled or become permanent fixtures in the ice surrounding the cavern's mouth. If thou beest brave, sure of thy skills in battle, thou mayest find the secret way into the lair of Trafico, and to his riches untold. Aha! So we have a little side adventure to get rich by going to find this guy's riches. That's cool. Hey, who are you? Good afternoon. The name's Jendon, my lord, proprietor of the Broken Oar. What can I do for thee this afternoon? Proprietor, I used to serve the sailors that spent their days drinking sea spray and their nights drinking ale. Not a pretty bunch, but they spent enough to keep a roof over mine head. But since those cursed storms destroyed the fleet, there hath been precious little business. Used to have a lad that served the drinks for me. His mother cooked and did the washing up. But Dionysia became ill and died. The healers could do nothing, and young Rindor went to sea. Never returned. Storms. Products of evil, I tell ye. We be folks as live off the bounty of the sea, but these storms do not like nothing on the water. All the fishing ships have either been destroyed or transformed into something that was never meant to touch water. That was what happened to Rindor. His ship suddenly became a grain wagon. Wagons don't float too good. It's not good at all. Information. What be thou interested in? People. Who dost thou wish to know about? Townsfolk. Whom dost wish to know about? The sailors. These cursed wizard storms have destroyed all of our ships. Olan is the only sailor left alive in the city. Used to be a mate on one of mine fishing ships, till it sank. Could say he's lucky, though. He doth not think so. He doth spend most of his time here drinking. I fear that he is a lost soul. He even refuses to go to the temple. The shopkeepers. Aside from me, there be only Dellin, the provisioner, and he be half crazy. We've met him. Dellin has not been quite right since his wife died, and the magister came to take away his infant child. His daughter, Alisan, looks after him these days. She doth make certain that he doth not wander away. The healers. Last one we had was killed by the goblins a few months ago. Closest thing we have now is the herbalist, Delphinia. Little slip of a woman. She's usually at her greenhouse or at the healer's hall. But I say that 'tis no duty for a woman. I know thou wouldst agree with me, mate. The priestess. Callista is the priestess of beauty. To her falls the duty of keeping Fawn on the path of beauty through these dark days. And that be a large job for such slender shoulders. Make no mistake. The Magister. Thou dost not know of the Magister? The mage who comes in the night and steals our children away? The mages of Moonshane claim that it would be dangerous for magically gifted children to grow up without proper training. I do not like it, but there is not much mortals can do against the city of mages. Town leaders. Well now, there be plenty of those here. Who dost thou wish to know about? Lady Yolinda. Lady Yolinda be the ruler here in Fawn. She be Fawn's living symbol of beauty. She be a wise lady, always concerned with what the people think, always listens to any advice offered. Chancellor Zulith. I hate to speak ill of anyone, but for Zulith, I shall make an exception. He is called the Chancellor, but Zulith is little more than a messenger with an overfull ego. Thou wouldst be wise to steer clear of him, for he makes offense at petty things. I have enjoyed John with you, mate, but I'd better be back to me duties. Okay. So he runs the inn here. Looks like we got somebody hitting here. Is this going to be that sailor? Wow, you got a lot of tables at your inn. Who are you? I haven't been out of this here tavern all day. It's someone else to put the blame on, pikeman. Me name's Olon, and I'm a fisherman by trade. Pikeman? I'm not so far gone in me cups to not be able to see the mark that thou bearest on thy face. All the world knows thee for a pikeman. But thou must be wary after taking back the tower from those foul goblins. Pull up a chair, and we'll swap a full yarns over a cup or two. Tell me about the goblins. Fierce little monsters, the goblins are. Not long in brains, but hard to handle in a fight. Palm Durgan sends them at us in waves until we are all so tired that we can hardly stand and fight. But still, I'd rather deal with goblins than Guani. Guani? Thou hast never heard of the Guani? They're cousins to the goblins that live north, beyond the frozen mountains. Guani make the goblins look like innocent children. How wouldst thou know, Olon? Thou hast never seen one, I'll wager. Nor would I like to. Thou art enough to scare a man half to death. If thou weren't mine only steady customer, Olon, I'd throw thee out on thine ear, I would. 'Tis true, upon my sire's grave I swear it. They'll eat their own, as well as outsiders. If thou dost travel into the northern waste, thou art risking ending thy life in the cookpot of a fur-covered goblin. Palm Durgan? I've killed him already. He's not like other goblins, no. He's smart and clever. Almost makes me think he might be a demon of some sort, leading them to take over the world. Cook us all if they can, they will. They'll not cook thee, Olon. Thou art already pickled. And they'll not eat thy tongue either. 'Tis too tough from overuse. Yarns. I'm certain that thou hast many yarns to tell. Wert thou amongst the company that retook the tower? No, I was not. 'Twas for the best, I'll warrant. I hear it was as gruesome as the king of the White Dragon's castle, and everyone knows what happened there. What happened there? Long ago, when the mountains were young, this land was ruled by two rival kings. One of those kings was called the King of the White Dragon. I'll not stay here and listen to this again. My lord, I see that thou art armed. If he doth offend thee, run him through. I'll make no complaint. If thou hast need of me, I shall be back. Perhaps he is right. Perhaps this tale is too brutal even for thee. Dost thou wish me to tell another tale instead? No, tell me of this one. I was right. Thou art a brave lad. I'll tell thee a fine love story next. Now, where was I? The king of the White Dragon drove away his rival king, but he could not enjoy his victory, for the goblins were come. Hordes and hordes of goblins. And there weren't nothing the old king of the White Dragon could do to hold them back. Something snapped in that old man's head when he saw that he could never control the lamb. So the king planned a day for him to have control over everything at last. He summoned all his folk for a big party and locked them into the castle. Then, one by one, he murdered them all, down to the last babe. And then, as dawn broke, he stood on the tower, all bloody, and called to the goblins that the king of the White Dragons had saved his people from their stew pots. They say he lives there still, feeding off any who pass by. One thing certain, the goblins don't go near that place to this very day. What's the love story? This is not thine usual love story. No, this here's about dragons. Ice dragons. A love story about ice dragons? Now I've heard everything, even from thee, Olan. Thou wouldst not recognize a love story if it hit thee between the eyes, Jedden. So sayest thou, Olan. I think Alisand's story qualifies well enough. Shows what thou knowest, Jedden. We bards would call that a tragedy. Thou wouldst style thyself a bard now? Perhaps I should bow. Do that, and quiet. Thou hast interrupted all my tales so far. 'Tis rude. Back around the time Fawn was founded, many of our folk took it upon themselves to explore the waterways. More than one ship returned with tales of a glittering ice dragon slowly making its way southward, calling pitiful-like. A few years later, these same sailors spied 2 ice dragons sitting atop an icy peak, singing to one another. Them scholars over in Moonshade say that dragons mate for life. I'd wager that's what our lads came across. A dragon out hunting for a mate. The only thing I never heard from these mages that made sense is that a dragon turns very hostile if its mate or young is killed. Now that's truly touching, Olan. Thou surely hast brought a tear to mine eye, thou hast. How does Alisand figure into this? Alisand's the daughter of Delin, the shopkeeper. Thou mightest think she hath had enough sadness in her short life. 'Tis hard to find many who have borne more, I'll wager. Her mother died after giving birth to Delin's only son. Never saw a man take it harder. He's near to lost his mind. Then he did go a little crazy after the Magister took young Frelly away during the annual testing. Alisand hath looked after him all along ever since, helping mind the store and doing her weaving. Then she met Keth. A sturdy lad Keth was. There's a pity to lose him. I'll thank thee to keep thy comments to thyself, Jedden. Thou art ruining my tale. Keth doted upon Alisand, treated her better than the Lady of Fawn, he did, sent all the way to Moonshade to have an engagement ring made for her. Cost him a pretty penny, I'll wager. Then, one day Keth didn't run fast enough to shelter when one of these cursed storms hit. No one hath seen him since. Until she lost her engagement ring to another one of those storms here recently, Alisand swore that Keth would return. She's a changed woman now. Sounds like a love story to me. And I suppose that thou consider the island of cats a tragedy then. No, I'd call it an ale tale, made from the fumes of mine ale. Engagement ring? That could be it, righto, though you should ask Alisand herself. Mine eyes are not what they were. 'Tis it, sure as the tide comes in. Keth flashed it around enough, I'd recognize it anywhere. Cool. What's the island of cats? There's this island. Can't at all remember where it is. No one lives there, though. A barren, uninviting place. Oh, not that tale again, Olan. If thou drivest away what customers I have left, thou canst find somewhere else to drink. Quit thy complaining, Gendon. I'm the only reason anyone comes in here now, and thou knowest it. They come to hear me tales. Bah! Be that as may be, Olam, 'tis not some barmaid that thou art speaking with. Some of thy tales are not fit for any but sailors' ears. What objection hast thou of this tale? None to this one, though it is a bigger tale than the story about the flying whale. But I know thee. Let thee start on one tale, and thou must tell them all. And I'll not have thee making a paying customer sick with thy stories. Turn the stomach of so bold a lad? Now where was I? Oh, yes. The whole island is crawling with glowing cats. They don't know how they arrived there, nor how they live in such a forsaken spot. But I've heard it said they live there guarding some fantastical cat treasure. 'Tis to be little Delphinia's favorite tale. And then Delphinia, she's the herbalist. Delphinia is an herbalist. She's a horticulturalist, Olam. Thou shouldst only give facts. Thou wouldst have me say such things of a lady? Weren't thou the one that was telling me to mind me manners? Oh, I surrender. And I'm worried about what's proper and what's not. She's what passes for a healer in these forsaken parts, ever since the last healer were et by goblins. Don't rant on about the goblins, Olan. Thou canst turn the stomach of a bilge rat when thou dost have a mind to. Go back to washing the glasses, Gendon. Thou art no judge of what a daring adventurer like this 'ere lad might like to hear. I'd throw thee out. If thou weren't mine only steady customer, I would. Wouldst thou care to spend a while longer listening to another story? Sure. What story? I know just the one for a bold warrior as thyself. A tale to stir the blood, that's for certain. The King of the White Dragon. King of the White Dragon. Long ago, when the mountains were young, this land was ruled by two rival kings. One of those kings was called the King of the... Wait a minute. We've heard this story before. I was right. Thou art a brave lad. I'll tell thee a fine love story. He just tells the same stories over and over again. We're just going to click through this here. Tell me about the storms. I would almost believe that the world was at an end. These horrible storms have all but destroyed the town. How's a body to make a living without a ship? How can a fisherman fish from a wagon? It sinks. Perhaps 'twould be best if thou didst not ask him about such things right now. He's no use like this. Can't put a sail on a cart and expect it to take thee out to sea and back again, drowned. Good men all, gone to the bottom of the sea, and I should have been with them. They'll come for me, I know they will. Down to the bottom of the sea. Come back in a few hours, my lord. He'll have had a drink or two and calm him down, then thou canst have him tell his tales. Bottom of the sea! Who is this person? Oh, it's a lady. One of Monitor's famed pikemen. I am Callista, priestess of beauty. Oh, it's the priest. We have her, her breastplate, don't we? What a pleasure to meet one who is as brave as well as handsome. Can I tell you about this? No. Okay. Revelations. The revelations are truths of heaven, filtered through a mouth of stone. It is a pity that thou wilt not hear a revelation. I have decided to close the rituals to all outsiders. We cannot be too careful after what happened with the false prophets. Wait, I wasn't the false prophet. Oracle? The oracle was commissioned by Lady Fawn many years ago as an instrument to speak the heavens' truths. The mages of old Caesarea labored for nearly a year before the task was done. The revealed wonder was the oracle. As priestess of beauty, I have the power to call forth a revelation from the oracle. In times past, before the storms began, people would come from all around to hear the oracle's divine words. Storms? Another sign that the heavens are displeased with our association with false prophets. We allowed corruption to enter our city, to visit the very heart of beauty. Some even encouraged its growth. Now we must pay for our transgressions. Once we have been brought low enough to see only beauty, the storms will stop, and Fawn will once again prosper. But while all traces of untrue beliefs linger, the punishment will remain. What about the goblins? The very antithesis of beauty. Goblins are base savages with no appreciation of beauty and no grasp of beauty's truth. Beauty's truth. All things good possess an innate beauty that attracts all living things. To goblins, who are vile, ugly monsters, beauty is a lie. To Pomdurgan, beauty is something to be exterminated, not cherished. Pomdurgan. Pomdurgan is the epitome of all repulsive things. He hath arisen to unite the goblins against all things good and beautiful. The heavens have tired of our wandering from beauty's truth. They have sent Pomdurgan to destroy those that fall short of the mark. And the false prophets? Those who call themselves Britannians, the sailors that dwell outside the city gates to the northeast. There are other Britannians here? Gwenno could be here. They are false prophets. We thought them poor, confused seamen, worthy of our embrace, but we were fooled. All they brought were lies. The one they called Leon denounced beauty as a mere shadow of the fellowship's truth. Oh no! And then did the storms come, to smite those who would utter such blasphemy. Their fellowship members with Batlin, worshippers of the Guardian. The storms will not end until the blight of the blasphemous existence hath been wiped from beauty's face. I would say that she feels rather strongly about this, Avatar, but what she is proposing to stop the storms seems a bit extreme. The Fellowship. Lies, simplistic half-truths are meant to snare the unwitting and twist beauty's truth. How can any person tell heaven's will without benefit of divine guidance? The deluded fools have not heard the voice of the oracle or felt heaven's anger. In Leon seeks to divert unsuspecting people from beauty's path. He is the one that hath brought the anger of the heavens down upon us. Lady Yolinda should have ordered him executed for the woes that he hath brought upon our city. Lady Yolinda, honor to her, is the ruler of Fawn. I recommend that she have these foreign blasphemers killed. Let their blood wash away the evil they have wrought. But Lady Yolinda is a soft-hearted woman, who doth not know the harshness of the heavens' anger. I fear that the great captains urged her to leniency in favor of their common ties with the sea. Who are the great captains? The great captains are advisors to Lady Yolinda. They ensure that Lady Yolinda is not overtaxed with the tedious daily problems of ruling the city. Joth and Garth allowed themselves to be swayed by feelings of kinship with these foreign sailors. Only Volden recognized their true danger. Okay, who's Joth? Joth is a good man with a fine sense of what needs to be done to keep the fleets in good order. He is not, I fear, a good advisor when it comes to political matters. In fact, Zulith would be better in that respect. Okay. Garth. Garth is no more than a boy. He blows with the wind of anything that catches his fancy, most notably young ladies. Garth is of little use in all but representing the interests of the merchant captains. Volden. Now, Volden is truly what Fawn needs as an advisor. His record of service on land and sea is impeccable. I fear it takes all his expertise to explain most situations to his companions. Fawn would fare much better if Volden were Lady Yolinda's only advisor. And then Zulith? Zulith is Lady Yolinda's secretary. He schedules her audiences and acts as a messenger between her ladyship and the great captains. His official title is Chancellor, I believe. Goodbye. So we've just learned a lot about the... Oh, we're stuck. Why am I getting attacked? Wait, what? Who was that? Who is this guy that just attacked us? Hold on. Who is this? A pirate. Who are you, pirate? I haven't saved in a while. My death only delays the inevitable, Avatar. Batlin will soon have more power than thou canst dream of, and my reward will be sure. He is dead. Wow. What did he have? A crossbow and some crossbow bolts. Some pirate tried to kill me in the middle of town, and no one seems to have cared. No one seems to have cared. Where was the door? Alright, what's up here? Anything? Some locked doors. Let's save. Maze 3 is a good name for a save. Can I pick these doors? No. Mayhaps thou shouldst try and unlock Chester 4. Thanks. So these doors cannot be opened with a lockpick. Okay, well that makes sense. If they're protected through the power of commerce. So a pirate attacked us in the middle of town. It wasn't one of your buddies, was it, Mr. Fisher Tailman? Oh, man. That was scary. All right, what's this house here? What do we got? Who are you? You've been walking around looking awful fancy. Who are you? Hail, guardsman. Finally done, brave Monitorian. We had despaired when those vile goblins seized the tower. I am Jorvin, captain of the guard. How may I be of service? The tower. When the goblins took the tower, we feared that Fawn would be crushed without the pikemen. 'Twas a horrible thought, trapped between the storms and the goblins with no escape. 'Twas certainly the bravest of Monitorians that led the assault to retake the tower. Wert thou there? No, I was not. No doubt there will be another day for thee, my lord. Mine own duty to Lady Alinda kept me from joining in the fray. I could not leave her unprotected in a city so besieged. Wow, you have a lot to talk about. Now, you know what? We're at 42 minutes. Let's keep going. Goblins. We had despaired of falling to their newfound unity, but we had hope again now that the tower hath been retaken. The storms? We expect bad weather, being located on the water as we are, but these storms seem, well, evil somehow. Lightning that causes things to disappear. Not burnt to ashes, mind thee, completely gone. Lightning that takes something and leaves something else in its place. Thou must find shelter quickly when thou dost think a storm is approaching. Fellowship troublemakers. I see the guards are still spreading that gossip. Before these strange storms started, a ship came into our port bearing no resemblance to any ship we knew. Those aboard her told us that they had voyaged from old Caesarea. Though our seamen found this hard to believe, we accepted them. Leon began preaching about some strange notion called the Fellowship, right before the storm started. Callista took this as a sign that the heavens were angry with us for allowing this foreign belief into the city. After seeking counsel with the great captains, Lady Alinda regretfully banned the sailors and the passengers from the city. What is the wand of detainment? 'Tis the only thing the guards have performed correctly. We make no secret of the fact that I possess the wand of detainment. I find that the knowledge that I can stop even the greatest brute or the fastest thief doth do much to deter those who would cause mischief in our city. Someone just tried to kill me. I arrived too late to stop the culprit, my lord. I am sorry, but everyone seems to agree that the person was not dressed as a citizen of Fawn. Some say it was one of the sailors outside the city, but that may be too hasty a decision. I will look into it further. Thou hast my word. Monitorians? By the mark that thou dost wear on thy face, I judge thee a Monitorian. Perhaps I am mistaken. Art thou from Monitor, my lord? Technically we are. No. Yes, I'm a knight of Monitor. I am honored to meet thee. I always valued the brave pikemen that guard our roads. The pikemen. I am certain that Lady Alinda will wish to receive thee formally, once she knows that thou art in the city. I will see that thou art properly escorted when she doth wish to see thee. Lady Yolinda. Lady Yolinda is the ruler of Fawn, and is the most beautiful of all women within the city. If thou seekest an audience with her, thou must speak with the Chancellor. Chancellor? His name is Zulith. Thou mayest know him by his green robes of state. Thou canst not miss them. Thou canst most often find Zulith either in the palace, acting as Lady Yolinda's envoy to the great captains, or in the temple. He seems to be a fervent follower of beauty. Unity. For those many years, the goblins fought more among themselves than with us, raided the towns a time or two, but nothing truly serious. Now, they are all following one crafty goblin. Always seems to outwit the soldiers sent to kill him. Well, he didn't last time, let me tell you. Callista? Callista is the priestess of beauty. 'Tis her duty to see to the spiritual well-being of the people of Fawn. Her task hath not been easy since the fleet was destroyed. Many people are disillusioned. Our only comfort lies in the revelations of the Oracle. The Great Captains. The Great Captains serve as counselors to Lady Yolinda. They deal with most trade matters and oversee the disposition of the fleets. Thou canst find them near the docks most of the time. The Temple. The temple is located beyond the palace on the waterfront. 'Tis dedicated to beauty, as is all of Fawn. The Oracle. 'Tis quite a marvel. Before the storms began, people came from all around to hear its revelations. 'Twas built by some mage from Moonshade for Lady Fawn. If thou wishest to know more, thou should ask Callista. The fleets. Until the storms began, Fawn's means of livelihood was fishing. Now our economy is all out ruined. The storms have destroyed all our ships. Our fishermen must fish from the docks. We have only enough fish to feed the city. We have none to trade to the other cities. Only Allison still finds a way to bring money into the city itself. Revelations. The revelations assure us that the heavens have not totally turned their eyes from Fawn. If thou dost visit the temple whilst thou art here, I am sure thou wilt be able to hear for thyself. And Alisand. Alisand is the daughter of Dellin the shopkeeper. She makes fishnet stockings that she exports to wealthy customers in Moonshade. Ever since her betrothed disappeared, Alisand hath taken to listening to the babble of the fellowship followers. I hope she doth not go astray. She was betrothed. We know this. We have her ring. Alisand betroths a fisherman named Keth. He was without shelter during one of these freak storms. No one hath seen him since. Alisand took it well enough, until a storm took away the engagement ring he had specially made for her in Moonshade. I suspect she always hoped that he would come back. Now that the ring is gone, Alisand hath had to face the truth that Keth might well be a tree, for all we know. I have the engagement ring. 'Tis the one, in truth. I would recognize it anywhere. Keth showed it to me when he did bring it back from Moonshade. Alisand will be thrilled, no doubt. Perhaps this will turn her mind from the false path she now follows. Thou mayst ask for her at Dellin's shop. He should know where she is. Goodbye, until we meet again. Walk in beauty. Well, this has been going pretty good. Let's save our game right here. I think what I want to do, since we're here on the dock here, I want to try something. If I open up me bags, can I... Of course it doesn't. Why does nothing fit where I want it to go? Can I equip this fishing rod? There we go. Now, can I fish? Wait, did I catch something? It just said, what a meal. Like, did that work? I don't see anything in my bag that's not normally here. I felt a nibble. Do I have to do this every time? We should hunt instead. Indeed, a whopper. It's acting like I'm catching fish somewhere, but I don't see any, like, appearing in my bags anywhere at all. Does somebody else have them in their bag that I don't know about? YOLO? Yeah, I'm not seeing random fish anywhere. Here's what we're going to do. Dupre, I'm going to give you the fishing pole. You can just wear it on your back, Dupre. That works. And then I want to get my sword back out and get re-equipped with my shield and such. There we go. Just so we're all set. Oh, they're here on the. Okay, so you can catch fish. Okay, well that works. So we can fish for food now that we have a fishing. I wonder if you fish this area. See where this is all kind of weird? Hold on. What's all this? If I... Oh, it's too much. Like, okay, let me check something here. Hold on, team. It is so hard. Here, Dupre. Please try the fishing. Not even a bite. Okay. I've lost me bait. I felt a nibble. I've lost my bait. I felt a nibble. Okay. Not even a bite. What a meal. So we did catch one fish from all that. So, okay, we can get some food. We can catch fish. We have an alternate source of food if we run out. So that is a pretty good sign. Let's go ahead and equip Ben back up here. And with that, folks, mushrooms? Why are there mushrooms on the dock? Oh! Now there's more mushrooms. Get away from the magic storm. Get away. What we'll do is we will continue to talk to people out here in Fawn. Let's just get inside. Woo, that's better. I don't know what's going on here. But, who are these? Captain? Oh, these are the captains. Okay. Well, we'll talk to the 3 captains on the next episode. That sounds like a plan. Until then, I want to say thanks for watching. Please tell your friends. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, we'll see you soon. One more time, YOLO.